Guys, this is seriously like the golden age of RAM. I mean, DDR4 kind of is just great no matter what. The extra speeds, I mean, unless you're just doing something really specific, it doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference on the actual RAM performance itself. And there's just a plethora of options out there for buyers. So I guess what I'm saying is when you're looking for a RAM kit, maybe the number one factor nowadays is how awesome it looks. Hardware Hound here, and we are going to be looking at a kit of RAM from Patriot, their Viper lineup, and it is the Viper RGB. So really, guys, this review is going to be super straightforward. I have another video that we go strictly on lighting effects, so you can check that out. I'll have it either in the description below, or I'll have some extra light cards and things during and at the end of this video. But outside of that, let's just jump right into it. So the heat spreader on this guy is pretty straightforward. It feels kind of thin, and it's just a little bit, it feels really light compared to some kits, but since it didn't seem to affect performance at all, and DDR4 is just kind of low power and doesn't seem to get overly hot, it just doesn't matter. And that's what surprised me. Like, I'm at this point where it's like, you know, if you have any kind of heat spreader on DDR4, you're doing pretty darn good. Viper is including in this kit a default speed of 3000 megahertz, which isn't the biggest, you know, speed that you're ever going to get, but as we're going to see really quickly, speed doesn't matter. Going into those benchmarks, guys, I mean, Ada64 is always a great memory benchmark that kind of shows you how much difference, you know, the different RAM speeds can make. And as usual, you know what? This RAM performed right where we would expect it. And even with the overclock, we didn't do too bad with getting a sizable boost. But after that, doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference. Cinebench, minor differences in any kind of performance, almost impossible to tell except consistently, you know, we're talking like fractions of a percent even. You know, once we get into WinRAR, we see some modest improvements, but even WinRAR, nothing really earth-shattering. And then by the time we get into a quick little gaming benchmark with running Far Cry 5, well, hey, yeah, once again, 1 frames per second could just be margin of error. There is just, you're not going to get massive gaming performance through RAM speed. But what I was impressed with is this little heat spreader still gave us some decent overclocking results. Not the best that I'd ever seen, but not bad. I was able to push it just a little bit above 3400 megahertz without too much trouble. And I would say it was about average. So you got some decent overclocking headroom, but at least it's not like terrible like some kits where I could barely even get 1 step above the stock settings. And it wasn't great like some of the 2600 megahertz RAM, where just, man, not only do you have all that extra voltage headroom, but then, you know, some of the other RAM kits I've gotten close to 3600 megahertz, which was really impressive. But yeah, performance-wise, you're not going to be able to tell the difference, which means there is one thing that Viper is doing amazing with this kit, and that is it looks phenomenal. These are just amazing looking kits. The RGB lighting looks fantastic. The software control was great. And guys, the Viper eyes lighting up, oh my goodness. Ah, so cool. I love it. You can make it as wild or as toned back as you want, short of flat out not having RGB RAM. Viper did an excellent job with this kit, and I highly, highly recommend it. I love it. It just looks, this is one of the coolest kits, in my opinion, out there, and the Viper logo looks freaking awesome. So guys, there's that review. Go ahead and look in the links in the description below. I will have some links for cost, and so that way you can kind of see what the prices are in the market. And, you know, hopefully I've given you enough information to make a decision for yourself. Obviously, it's going to depend on what your style and your flair is, but if you were already liking the looks of these, I think I've shown enough performance level information that you're not going to feel any problems buying one of these. So really appreciate that Viper sent this to me. Thank you guys very much. I love this kit. It looks awesome. I'll catch you guys later.